Nestled against the towering mountains of the New South Wales Southern Highlands, an easy 2-hour drive southwest of Sydney, Trevor Parrish is guiding one of his best bulls to fresh feed, away from a female herd. It was the middle of the day in early autumn, with temperatures expected to be hot and humid.
They suffer when it gets above 28, but if it's humid, 26.
But this dairy farmer knows the animal should manage a lot better than generations before. That's because on his 400-hectare farm, he's been breeding for heat tolerance. He's using an invention designed to better protect cattle and maintain milk yields amid global warming. It's the Heat Tolerance Australian Breeding Value, or ABV for short.
This year it's been more humid, but December was exceptionally dry, whereas the year before it was very wet. So each year's never the same.
While Kangaroo Valley is certainly not the hottest area in the state, the surrounding hills trap the flow of cool air, often creating sweltering conditions for Trevor's 300 Holstein heifers.
In wintertime they can graze all day long, whereas in summertime when it's too hot, they'll go and stand all together, which makes it worse because their body heat multiplies their heat, and then they'll all try and get under the shade and then they pee and shit in the same spot. So the humidity just builds.
Each cow can produce up to 50 litres of commercial-grade milk daily.
So these paddocks here are used for either bulls or springing cows.
Industry peak body, Dairy Australia, says milk yield can drop between 25 to 40% if cattle are too hot. They either stop eating or don't eat enough. And this fourth-generation family business makes money out of milk.
To me, it made a lot of sense to have a look into it and try and use bulls that were better for heat tolerance so it would help the next generation move forward.
I also have a PowerPoint slide.
Scientist Dr. Thuy Nguyen is the creator of the Heat Tolerance Australian Breeding Value. It uses statistical analysis to tease out which animal has a greater ability at tolerating hot, humid conditions and expresses it as a number with a base of 100. Dairy farmers have been using artificial insemination for decades. However, in 2013, while working at an agricultural bioscience organisation, Dr. Nguyen set out to help farmers using her expertise in genomic selection.
Farmers have already done a lot to help the cows to cool during hot days, like thinking of providing trees for shades, fans, sprinkler, lots of water to drink or good nutrition. But adding genetics on top of all that is significant because it's better for the animals and improve the bottom lines for the farmers when it goes through the warmer season. That we know it becomes more apparent due to climate change.
She spent almost 4 years collating information on production, climate and genetic markers.
Instead of using the gold standard core body temperature of the animals, which is very hard to measure at scales, we went for a proxy, which is the decline in milk yield during hot days.
Cow A drops a little bit of milk. Cow B drops a lot more milk. So we can say cow A tolerates heat better than cow B.
Once the ABV was peer-reviewed and published in 2017, Trevor Parrish was quick to sign up. He was one of the first farmers in New South Wales to use it. It involves taking a quick genetic sample and posting it to Dr. Nguyen and her team at DataGene, an independent and industry-owned organisation that works to improve genetics in the Australian dairy industry.
Put an ear tag in the calf, and at the same time I take a hair sample off the tail and put that into a little slip, and that's it.
They will genotype the animal, send a genotype to us, and we will tell them whether these animals are tolerant or susceptible to heat stress.
Any result above 100 tells farmers like Trevor that the cow has above average heat tolerance and is the animal they should breed from.
One bull I'd used did a big drop, which was unfortunate, but I had a couple of others that went way up.
Breeding heat-tolerant cattle using the ABV has received a huge amount of industry support. It's even received praise internationally, with countries like the US, Spain and Italy exploring similar strategies.
It is a world first. There's not currently any other countries that have got a breeding tool for heat tolerance like we've got here in Australia.
Not the noise around the signal. The signal is...
The ABV was a huge talking point at the industry's Herd 25 biannual conference held in Bendigo earlier this year. Stephanie Bullen was a panellist on behalf of Dairy Australia. While she's proud to see Australia lead the way in relation to heat tolerance, Stephanie did stress one disadvantage.
By breeding more heat-tolerant cows, we're going to see slower improvements in milk production, but we're going to see faster advantages in fertility.
An insight echoed by Trevor back on the farm.
With daughter fertility, you don't keep cows that don't go in calf. But if she's aborted because she got too hot, you never really know that you're blaming daughter fertility, not the heat tolerance part of it.
With new life emerging from his paddocks every day, Trevor now estimates around 20% of his herd are genetically better at dealing with hot and sticky conditions.
Would you encourage other farmers to use the heat tolerance ABV?
Oh, definitely. It's part of the thing it's not getting any cooler.